And good evening, and thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of the program. So glad to have you with us on this first Monday of July, first full week of July that has a forecast much like the rest. It is an improvement. I'll tell you more about that in just a second. We've also got a great deal of other headlines, and we'll be talking, I'm sure, as the week progresses about a few 4th of July events in and around the area. Flooding that took place, Johnson County being hit the hardest, and some other things that we'll be talking about throughout the rest of this full week here on Your News Today. Once again, starting off today on July the 6th. Caught up tonight talking about summer and how hopefully there's going to be a lot of fun to be had in it by students from here on out until school starts in Dauphin County. I think it's August the 5th, if I'm not mistaken, for the first day of classes. And for the second year in a row, there is a summer food program in place, and they have expanded it greatly with a lot of help. And we'll talk with Dauphin County's food service director tonight about those lunches and where all throughout the county they can be had by students of any school age. We'll also get caught up on some auto accidents, really, after all that rain over the course of the weekend. Fortunately, only one to report, and fortunately, even though it looks much worse, it was rather minor in injury nature. And an update on Eric's Seacon, a few things of significance in that matter. Your weather forecast in a week, equals a new community calendar, and much more. Weather-wise, of course, I'll hold that off for more detail towards the latter part. It is an improvement over last week's. It is not a vast improvement. We still have a chance of showers and storms each and every single day throughout the entire forecast period. The good news is chances are all in all a little more slim than they were last week, and there is a little more sunshine in the forecast than there was last week. It's still not going to be a great forecast, but an improvement nonetheless. I don't know if I have it in the calendar as of yet. We'll try to get it in, but just in case, just in from the Kearney Free Will Baptist Church, they've notified me they're having a family movie night this Saturday. It will start at 7. They'll be showing The Pledge. Admission is, as always, free, and this invitation comes to you from Pastor Butch Whitaker and everyone at Kearney Free Will Baptist Church. And as I think I mentioned last week, I've got another report that has to do with Kearney that I'll be airing hopefully this week. With that said, an auto accident fortunately did not seriously injure a former Dauphin County woman. After all the rains that we have seen for so many weeks, after so many accidents that we saw in such a narrow or short time frame in this exact location for weeks on end, there has been a bit of a reprieve in that area, so to speak. But this accident did happen in near the same place as so many else have on the Mountain Parkway. It did involve a vehicle striking not one but 2 large trees, but indeed a seatbelt more than likely saved this woman's life. In fact, let me go on to a few words from a few of our sponsors real quick. We'll get back to that accident coverage and other top headlines in just a second. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. Now back to headlines. This is the scene of that single car crash that happened on the Mountain Parkway yesterday, right around the 63-mile marker where we have reported and seen so many others happen. This happened after weeks of rainfall and what has been a rather safe traveling time frame on this stretch of the Mountain Parkway, which has proved to be so dangerous over the years and months. But that wasn't the case yesterday. A single car crash. A woman formerly from Dauphin County was traveling east, coming back to Dauphin County to see family. When she lost control on rain-slickened roads, her Jeep Liberty struck a big sycamore literally head-on. It threw the vehicle into a 180-degree spin. The rear of that vehicle then hit another large tree. It then sent the vehicle into another 180-degree spin, and then she stopped facing the original direction. The Dauphin County Rescue Squad, EMS, and other law enforcement responded to the scene. She was wearing her seatbelt. I do not have her identity, but she was wearing her seatbelt and suffered what was only minor injuries as a result. A completely demolished Jeep Liberty was the end result of this single car crash. Once again, it happened on rain-slickened roads in this very treacherous stretch of the Mountain Parkway. She was taken to an area hospital, mind you, by the Transtar Ambulance Service. But once again, for those injuries which were not that severe, certainly a very lucky lady. No other vehicles, as I said, were involved. Up next, a program that for the second year in a row is trying to get lunches out there to students throughout the summer, and we're trying to get their word out this evening. I'll be right back. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. In its second year, the Summer Food Service Program, funded through the State Department, gives schools like Magoffin County and many others across the nation the opportunity to keep serving healthy meals on through the summer weeks and months, and then reimburse those schools for their costs. A winning situation all the way around, wouldn't you say? 2 sites last year were involved in the Magoffin County version of the program. Andrew Oliver, Magoffin County's Food Service Director, says, however, that with some help, they have been able to extend those meals further out into the county.
We started last year with 2 school sites, and this year we were hoping to be able to reach kids in more rural areas by working with churches, just any place in the community that we could have a supervised place for kids to come and eat. We've got one prep site that prepares the meals at South Magoffin Elementary, and they cook all the food and prepare it for us, and then the sites, they come and pick it up, or we get it delivered to their site. And we've got the Rollton United Baptist Church located in Rollton, and Licking River United Baptist Church they're operating in the old Salyer Elementary School. They've purchased that building and they're feeding out of that site. And Sayersville Medical Center was kind of a surprise. They called and said that they were interested in serving meals. So they've got meals there, and that's really good. Kids can kind of come there, and if they get a meal, see the doctor if they need to, I guess. And and then we've also got Missions Journey Group has been. They contacted us and they said that they were interested in taking meals out to some areas that we felt like they could reach a lot of kids, and we've kind of thought, well, we'll try to do College Heights and Allen Drive, and they said that they could do 2 sites, so that was kind of where we started with that. And they said also that on Thursdays and Fridays they're doing events at the Ramey Memorial Park and at the Renaissance Center, so they'll be there on Thursdays and Fridays, and they'll have the meals there available for kids that want to come there and receive those meals there.
Children need healthy food all year long. During the school year, many of them receive free and reduced price breakfast and lunch through the school breakfast and national school lunch programs, and that's certainly the case here in rural eastern Kentucky. When school lets out, though, many of those students and kids are at a risk of hunger, which is one of the most severe roadblocks in the learning process. Lack of nutrition during the summer months may set up a cycle for poor performance once school begins and make children more prone to illness and other health issues. The Summer Food Service Program is designed to fill that nutrition gap and make sure kids get the nutritious meals they need all year round. And Oliver says that the participation that they have seen here in the Magoffin County area from local churches, businesses, and organizations has already resulted in a greater participation of students eating lunch.
Participation has been better than expected, I would say. I was afraid that kids wouldn't be able to get out, or they wouldn't come to those sites that maybe they weren't familiar with. But we thought last year that the schools would be a good place because kids were familiar with the schools and they felt safe there. But it's kind of hard for kids to get there. We even tried running buses, and still we couldn't get a lot of kids to the sites. This way, I've noticed at the Rollton United Baptist Church, they've got the rails to trail. Kids are walking down the trail, coming to the church there and eating. Participation has been really good, and we'd like to see it even increase and get more, and see more people get interested in becoming a site for next year.
Lunch is served through July the 24th. School starts just a few days thereafter, so the rest of this month, essentially. And here are the times and places. As for Mondays through Fridays, each and every weekday, these three folks are serving lunch at the Sagersville Medical Center, which is just above the studio here, the newsroom on East Maple Street, from noon till 1. They've been having a good show there, a lot of big turnout. The Licking River Baptist Church, the old elementary school, the old Salyer Elementary School that Oliver referred to, Monday through Friday, 11 till 1 for 2 hours. In the Royalton United Baptist Church there, right in downtown Royalton, Monday through Friday, 11:30 to 1:30. Those 3 locations, Monday through Friday, between now and July 24th. On Mondays and Wednesdays, Monday through Wednesday, that is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, Mission Journeys will be running their van to the following sites. They'll be at Allen Drive, at the trailer park there on Allen Drive, for 1 hour from 11:15 to 12:15. And then at the College Heights Apartments for an hour, also Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, from 12:30 until 1:30. And that same group from Missions Journeys will be having events in the park and at the Sagersville Renaissance Building in right downtown Sagersville. And that's Thursday and Friday. They'll have free meals there, plus a lot of other activities as well. And this, for the Ramey Park, for those days, will be July the 9th, 16th, 17th, and 23rd. The Renaissance Center, July the 10th and the 24th. But on those Thursdays and Fridays, Mission Journeys. And I'll have this on the calendar for days to come, but they'll be at that location. Summer feeding goes on, says Oliver, through Friday the 24th. I will, once again, as I said, have these dates on the calendar, and especially as we get closer to the end of the month, to remind you. But Oliver also tells me that if you're interested in participating with a site, contact him or Superintendent of Schools Stanley Holbrook at the Board of Education. It is not a question of having enough lunches or kids to eat them. It's just about getting them there and to these sites. And if you would like to be one, a designated area to serve lunch throughout the summer months, next summer, give him a call. More headlines in a moment. Right now, tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau sponsored community calendar, and it kicks off with a birthday wish. And it's a belated birthday wish because I didn't get it until I came into the office today and reloaded the fax machine with a fresh bundle of paper. Happy 15th birthday, Matthew Turner, who celebrated his 15th birthday on July the 4th. That's pretty cool. From Mom, Dad, and Brady, happy birthday to you. They love you lots. Happy 15th and a few days to Matthew Turner. A reminder about the event tomorrow at St. Luke's Church. They're having a $2 a bag sale on everything in the store at the open door. Now, this is tomorrow and only tomorrow from 9 till 2 o'clock. Our next community blood drive in McGoffin County is set for this Wednesday, 12:30 to 5:30. That's this Wednesday in the McGoffin Medical Building there behind the Sagersville Subway. Donate. You'll be entered to win 4 tickets to see the Cincinnati Reds on August the 2nd, including an all-you-can-eat buffet. And you could save a life, or maybe even more, by donating. If you would like to become a foster parent and find out more, there is an organizational meeting set for later on in the month on July the 30th in Prestonsburg. I'll remind you about it when it gets a bit closer. But if you'd like to find out more today about changing the life of a child, call Melissa Turner at 349-3122. And this just in, Howard's Hoops Clinic with Coach Jade Howard is set for Friday the 10th. That is this Friday, 9 till 12, for all school-age kids in grades K through 8th. It's just $20, moms and dads, and I'm going to back that up just a bit because I need to get the contact information for you in order to find out. I went a little too far, didn't I? In order to find out about how to be a part of the camp and where it's going to be and the other details, call 367-3821 or email jadehoward23@gmail.com. It's a specialized skills and player development camp with former professional athlete, college All-American, Kentucky All-Star, and her resume does indeed go on. I'll have it on the calendar for the next couple of days. It's this Friday. The Kearney Free Will Baptist Church wants me to remind you that they're having a family movie night this Saturday at 7. It's free, and they're showing The Pledge, and that's your invitation. And this is your invitation to use our calendar. Birthdays, anniversaries, and announcements like you just heard, always for free. Get them to us any way you can. And remember, you can always catch programming the following day in case you missed it the first or need to see it or want to see it again on yournewstoday.com. Turning to funeral service announcements for this Monday, 82-year-old Isabel Bess Howard of Sagersville passed away on July the 5th. She was married to Henry Franklin Howard, who preceded her in death. She's survived by daughters Bonnie Amix, Patricia Woodard, Darlene Shockley, Henrietta Bronk, Eleanor Ritzy, and Lisa Howard, and sons Dillard Patrick and John Harris Howard. Visitation is going to be after 2 o'clock tomorrow, and then prior to services, which have been set in her honor for Wednesday morning at 10 o'clock, with visitation and services from the Magoffin County Funeral Home Chapel. Burial is set to take place thereafter at the Bluegrass Cemetery here in Sagersville. There's an unlimited selection of new and pre-owned vehicles right at your fingertips with 9 acres of inventory and 7 different franchises all at one location. Hutch, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Call Chevy, Buick, and GMC at 297-4066 or Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram at 297-5066. Where selection, satisfaction, and service after you're sold are all guaranteed. An update on the Eric C. Kahn case this evening with new developments revealing that he has filed a motion to dismiss one of the 2 wrongful death lawsuits against he and his office, and some expenditures have been outlined in other reports, everything from sending money to fiancés in Thailand to purchasing a voodoo doll to send to a fellow Eastern Kentucky attorney. Kahn was not in a hearing this morning, but attorneys from both parties were, as motions were made on behalf of both parties in the wrongful death suit filed by Emma Burchett in response to the alleged suicide she says that befell her husband shortly after his benefits were suspended. Several of the comments coming around the financial status of Kahn, who has recently, according to Ned Pillersdorf, who represents Burchett, put his nearly $2 million home up for sale. It's on the market since this case against him has been ongoing and since the 2 wrongful deaths lawsuits have been filed against he and his offices. In other reports, one coming from the Paintsville Herald in this past Friday's edition, it addressed some unusual purchases revealed in the case, per the paper's headline, saying that a couple of employees had discussed on record about finances, one stating that she had observed Kahn using the law firm's credit card to make an online purchase of a voodoo doll with a pin sticking in the heart that was sent to fellow disability attorney Grover Arnott. 2 of the former employees also testified that during the years they worked at the law office between 2006 and 2012, they witnessed Kahn sending various amounts of money to an individual named Mike in Thailand, who would use the money to support Kahn's fiancées or women whom he was dating who lived in that country. The paper says that both witnesses testified that the payments were for an apartment, a car, English language lessons, cosmetic surgery, spa treatments, and an individual who would look after them as well. The charges all billed to the Eric Kahn PSC Bank of America credit card and others as Oriental Fashion. Also, one of the former employees of Kahn, said that she was asked by Kahn personally to take a backpack of nearly $250,000 in cash and open a safety deposit box in her name at the local bank, for which she alleged that she refused to do so, and that later that he took it to a Citizens National Bank safety box, saying that he didn't want the Social Security Administration to know about his prior safety deposit box at a BB&T bank. A hearing regarding the motion to compel Kahn to list his assets and the assets of his law office, says the Herald, will take place, as I said earlier today. That was the hearing that was held. The judge has given Ned Pillersdorf an additional 7 days, it's my understanding, to present further information before the court, before the judge's ruling. And now to put the lid on tonight's show with your Licking Valley RECC forecast. Man, what a day. We deserved this one, but of course, everybody was back to work and didn't get, I suspect, much of a chance to do so. We're going to fall back to the low of 66 tonight, partly cloudy skies. That 10% chance of showers there, well, really, you don't even need to pay a whole lot of attention to it. We're talking maybe mainly after 5 a.m., I think, for the most part, so not a big weather maker tonight. We'll see the low 80s, some temperatures back to around where they should be throughout much of your forecast period. But we'll see some fog starting off in the a.m., partly sunny skies, and you'll notice a trend that continues, good or somewhat decent chance of showers and thunderstorms each and every day. Tomorrow it's 40%. Wednesday it's 40% with highs in the low 80s. More clouds, then we'll see sun on your Wednesday. And as we go through the week, Thursday, we'll see a 20% chance is all of showers and thunderstorms. Thursday looks to be a pretty decent day. Temperatures right around 84, partly sunny after that AM fog. And Thursday, like I said, looks to be a keeper, kind of like today, I think, was, with not as great of a threat of showers and thunderstorms. And even your Friday, it's not going to be a washout. It's going to be partly sunny. Temperatures still into the 80s and actually perking up to about 86 by the week's end, with only a slight chance of some showers and storms with some sunshine, and definitely an improved forecast. It's better. It's not great, but it's a definite improvement from weeks last, and I don't mean just last week either. As for your weekend, I know we're already counting down the days as of right now. I think we'll see partly sunny in the upper 80s on your Saturday as temperatures continue to rebound, and I think 88 again on your Sunday. With both days, we'll see a little fog in the AM, but we'll see a little partly sunny action, I believe, above Saturday and Sunday, but we'll still be able to, well, we'll not be able to shake that threat of showers and thunderstorms to the tune of 20, maybe 40%. For now, that's my time. More news you'll only see with me. We've got reports already on tap for the entire week. Please join us then. For now, have a good night, and thanks for watching.